Hi, everyone. Well, hey, the early bird gets the worm. And today we have a very special invitation for you.
All I'm gonna say is, say what? Coming right at you.
It's going to be some fun energy here today. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. This is a last minute, exciting transform table talk. And we've got a lot of exciting information to talk about tonight, Dr. Maggie.
This is Annie Manuel. She is the hostess with the mostest.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Happy to be
Uh,
here.
I'm Dr. Maggie, and I am the creator of Transform. Welcome today, and I see you guys jumping in. I would love. We have a very special invitation that I'm going to reveal today, and I would love if you're watching and you're one of our alumni. Just type in chat that you're alumni. I'm interested in your alumni of our Transform program, our Hormone Masterclass program. Type in chat. I'd love to know that you're in with us in the audience right now.
Yeah, let us know what you're thinking about, how your day is going. And Dr. Maggie, thank you for spending time to get to hang out and share with us both some exciting information about upcoming events that people might want to take part in and kind of an esoteric and personal discussion that we're going to have as well.
Esoteric and personal discussion. Now that's a lead up. Stay tuned for that one. First thing first is that in case you haven't noticed, we haven't done in the last couple weeks, we haven't done any Transform Table Talk lives. And that's on purpose because we've been really busy behind the scenes.
You've been very busy.
Yes.
Team.
Well, some of you guys probably have been following me on Instagram, YouTube, and on Facebook under my stories. But I've been traveling, and I've been really doubling down on connection and experiences. There's a lot going around in the world. It's a very chaotic time. And I swear there's a full moon every night this month. It feels like it. And I've made several posts just talking about how do we deal with the chaos that's happening all around the world? How do we personally not turn that into arrows pointing at ourselves, putting us into overwhelm?
Because it can happen if you don't actively stop that from happening, it can easily snowball into that.
Yeah, and I was thinking about personally what I've been doing to deal with the chaos and overwhelm that the world is happening, and when I think about how do I not turn it inward into arrows that keeps coming at me, coming at me, coming at me, and one of the things I really took to heart was connection. We need to double down on connection. When I look at 2024, when I look at the rest of this decade, I don't think anything big is going to be accomplished alone. I really think it's not going to be, can I do this? It's going to be, can we do this? And it's not going to be, I don't see anything that I'm going to be doing moving forward without the power and energy behind connections. And that's why even traveling, and I was able to have meetups with alumni. I love it when I travel because we have alumni all over the world.
And you really do a great job of staying in touch and finding where they are in each city. And when you're talking about connection too, I just want to point out you've got connections all over the world.
There's BB from Iceland. I love it. That's the thing is, and I love it. Yes, thank you. There's Andrea right there. So we have alumni all over the country and all over the world. BB is from Iceland. We have Irene from Norway. I mean, there's so many people from all around the world that are part of our programs. And one of the things that I really thought about is if I'm really thinking about experiences and connection, how do I do that more and better? How do we do that better? And I'm going to ask all of you guys out there that are watching right now, in your healthcare, okay, think about your healthcare experience. Number one, do you feel connected? Number one, do you feel connected to yourself and your own body? And do you feel connected with the providers that you're dealing with, your healthcare team? Number one. Number two, I'm going to ask is how safe do you feel? What's your level of safety? Right? On a scale of 0 to 10. And I did this quiz with our alumni. This is a very interesting topic about safety. I think there is lack of safety in the world right now. And I'm asking you right now, in the vulnerable area of healthcare, how safe do you feel? And from a scale of 0 to 10, 10 is the most safe that you feel. 0 is no safety whatsoever. Everybody in the audience, I want you to type in chat. What's the level of safety you feel around your healthcare team right now, or pick the provider that you see the most and put that number in. It's really interesting. I'm curious what we're seeing here in the comment section.
Yeah, well, this person says they feel barely any connection at all.
Minus 100. Asif.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Asif is watching from England. So talk about alumni from all around the world right now, right?
This is-
6, right? 2, Charlotte's 2, right? Jody, 2, 3, right? Oh, Danny just wrote 10 in the Transform program, 0 outside of Transform. And
Right.
I mean, I look at Danny, and there's so many of our alumni that are really well versed in the area around, psychological safety. Some of us work in professions that are associated with healthcare, mental health, and a lot of us. To me, there's also a lot about being trauma aware. A lot of healthcare providers and our healthcare system isn't very trauma aware. So I think that for me, I'm thinking about like, how do we increase the amount of safety that people feel with us, right? We have it in Transform in all our programs. I love the fact that we're trauma informed. We're really big on safety, right? And also creating it, having transparency around that in all our programs. But I want to do this for everybody.
Mm.
This is why I have a very special invitation. And the special invitation is that next week, I'm going to be doing a registration by invitation, registration only, live virtual workshop or meet and greet, whichever word feels better for you. It's a completely new format. And it's the ability for you guys to come into a virtual workshop with me. And I'm able to meet you guys personally, and I interact one-on-one with all of you guys in an environment where you can ask questions. I'm able to see you, acknowledge, understand. I can ask questions and I can give feedback.
Okay, I have so many questions about this new format, as I'm sure a lot of people are going to, because we're so used to having our meetings like this, through this, social media, and you can just get the notification that you're attending live. You can sign up, you can comment. But this is going to be something really different. When you talk about connection, the connection will be felt differently because, like you said, you'll be able to see everybody who's on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Exactly.
And they'll be able to share stories and have you interact.
Yeah, I think there's a difference between online education versus virtual experiences. So we do provide online education in our programs, but what we're really great at is providing live virtual experiences in our programs, right? So why not extend that to everybody? So I wanted to give you guys the opportunity to experience one of our virtual live experiences where I get to meet you, I get to answer questions, and it's going to be around and topic. The reason I chose the topic was because of you guys. Somebody on YouTube thinks we're not live. Was that I want to prove we're live.
I know, I saw that too. I was going to mention that.
We are live. I see you. I love it. I love it. So the topic was chosen. Actually, we took a poll of a huge number of our alumni, and we actually asked also some questions in the Facebook group over the last couple months, and asking about one of the questions from my alumni when I did my meetups was they were saying, Dr. Maggie, what is I asked what they were like, we want to really share these virtual experiences that we have in the program with our friends and family.
Yeah.
And I said, well, what is a topic that would be really easily shared and even viral that anybody who's watching this right now can share? And I'm going to put the link to register for the event. So you can register right now, and then you can share that link with anybody and everybody you know. And the topic that all the alumni came back at me was, I have so many friends and family who've had surgeries and they're not better. And in fact, they're worse. So I want you guys to just think through how many people and if you're one of them that's had a gallbladder removed.
And put it in the comments. Let us know.
Yeah, as I'm going through, if that's you, start typing that in chat just to show how common a surgical solution is being offered first to people. Okay. How many of you had your gallbladder removed, part or your whole thyroid removed? How many have had a hysterectomy? How many have had like a joint replacement surgery or a neck and back surgery? And finally, how many of you have had a bowel resection or a gut surgery to remove parts of your intestines, right? Start typing that in chat because this is so common. We literally have a first and foremost surgical approach to some really complex health problems.
Mm.
And the thing is, if that solved all your health problems, we don't need to talk about it and you don't need me, right? But the truth is, most of the people we work with have had one or more of those surgeries. And not only were they not better, but they developed a slew of downstream health problems as a result of that surgery.
Absolutely. And I'm seeing, just so you know, a lot of people in the comments are saying gallbladder removed, or I've had doctors try to convince me to have my gallbladder removed. Yeah. And then, wow, look at Lisa. Lisa over here, gallbladder, hysterectomy, parathyroid.
Parathyroid, right? And Lisa, I can't make that up. And we've worked with Lisa. So as you guys can tell, is it that, and then, yeah, gallbladder, breast implants removed, right? Breast implants, spinal injections. Shannon sounds a lot like many of the people that we work with. I myself have had several surgeries. 2 of them just on my neck, just so you guys know. So one of the things that in our experiences, we use personalized data with people, right? So we have ongoing medical programs and we use personalized data to really customize, whether it's supplementation, nutritional, lifestyle, mindset, all those pieces, right? And one of the whenever we talk about surgeries, it kind of pisses people off because once we see the data, whether it's blood work or hormones or food mapping, whatever the data is, it always ties back to, we always go back to the past medical history or genetics of a person.
Mm.
And inevitably, most people will learn that the surgery wasn't necessary and in fact made them worse.
And that's so frustrating because you know you've put your body through so much.
Yeah.
You've taken time off work if you're working. You have spent a lot of money on that surgical procedure, and you're no better off.
So that's why I'm going to do a complete workshop around this. So, you know, you don't even have to have a aunt or a grandmother who knows anything about functional medicine or root cause medicine. They don't even have to care. If they've had one of these surgeries or you have, and you're just not feeling better, something's off or you're worse, come join me. Because you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to dig deep into going through each of these and even maybe pull your case out of the hat and really troubleshoot through why that surgery was recommended in the first place. What were the underlying root causes for these types of surgeries that were not addressed? And what can be done instead, right? Even after you've had the surgery. Because I'm going to ask you guys, how many of you guys after the surgery had the return of the symptoms, worsening symptoms? And I'm talking about things you didn't even have maybe even before surgery. How many of you had developed brain fog, insomnia, irritability, anxiety, additional new symptoms, hormone problems, right?
Mm-hmm.
New symptoms like dizziness, food reactions, irritable bowel syndrome. How many of you had one of these surgeries and then developed all these new diagnoses? How about a new autoimmune disease, right? This is not uncommon because the stress of that surgery can be a major triggering event for these downstream problems, including even infections. So we're going to go all over with that. And we're going to do an entire live workshop. And it is not going to be streamed live like this. Here's the deal. I love going live with you along with my hostess with the mostest. But what I don't like is talking to you. I like talking with you. And everybody who's been through any one of our programs, I would love for you to put in the feedback section in the chat right now. What is it like to live to be interacting, talking with me? I hate talking at anybody. I love talking with you and engagement with you because this is based on your personalized data, personal history, and it's based on our connection together. That's the experience. Okay. So that's what we're going to have next Thursday. It's going to be November 9th at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I believe that's 6 Central and 7 p.m. EST. So
the same time that we started this live.
So next week, same bat time, same bat channel with the hostess, with Moses and I. We're going to put the link in the chat right now. Everybody who's watching, register right now. And here's the deal. Even if you can't make it, if you register, you're going to have access to the recording. This is not going to be going live into anywhere in the Facebook group or anything while it's happening. It's going to be an exclusive event where I get to meet and work with you together. Right.
And we're going to test it out. We're going to see if you like this format and how it goes. And maybe that will be the format in the future as well. Right.
Yeah, I love it. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm going to let you guys know that there will be a surprise announcement during that event that people who attend live are going to have access to. There's going to be, yes, there's going to be a big reveal of something I can't wait to share with you guys. So that's going to be
excited because I don't know what that surprise is either. So
and I'm gonna tell you, even if you can't attend, just register anyway. And the reason is you'll get the access to the recording afterwards, and possibly the thing I'm going to announce, you might have access to even if you don't attend. So I love if you register, but you know what I would love even more? I want you to help any of the surgeries or even post-op complications that I've talked about. Or if you're an alumni and you've worked with me and you're like, I can't wait to share this, please take the link and post it to your social media and invite everybody, anybody, and your organization to go. Because you know what? I want to be able to deliver this to as many people as possible who can benefit from this live, in person, and have the one-on-one interaction and connection with you guys.
And be thinking about those people in your life too, right, Dr. Maggie? Like I can think of a family member who recently had surgery and then developed colitis-like symptoms right after the surgery. And she was like, oh, this is weird. I was like, do you think it's typical to the surgery? And she's like, oh, my doctor never mentioned that. So we all have these family members who have dealt with something like this. So think about who that is in your life and definitely invite them to register.
I love that. But invite, I would say what I'm going to recommend you do is register, invite 3 other people or post it on your social media, share it. I can't wait because I really want to see like how popular is this format. And, you know, like you're not the number of response coming in. I would love to see how, is this something you guys want more of? How important is this to you? Is this a good format? Is this a good topic? Right. Mm-hmm. And so I can't wait to share that with you guys. So that's going to be next Thursday. And this is just an invitation to give you an idea as to why we haven't been live like this as often, because we're actually going to be going big and go home and doubling down on connection and experiences. There you go.
Well, and kind of speaking about that, Dr. Maggie, you want to have another discussion tonight, and it involves something happening in your personal life. Do you want to start touching on that?
You know, if you guys haven't noticed, I do think I'm going through a shift energetically. And with all the chaos going around the world, there's been a lot of things going for me, going in my personal life and business life as well. And one of the things that's come up is there's a big decision that I need to make, and I want to engage you guys in it. And it's a discussion. And in my life, I don't know if you guys know, but the question really is, should I be adding another family member to our furry family? But it sounds like a light conversation, but for me, it's a much deeper conversation. And I think there's a lot of nuance. And people who have followed me on social media and in the Facebook community, by the way, we're almost at 100,000 people in the Facebook group.
Oh yeah. We'll have a party when we hit 100K.
Yeah, it's going to be big. When we hit 100K, it's going to be big. Anyway, and our YouTube channel just hit 10,000. So for those of you that are watching on YouTube right now, I would love for you guys right now to subscribe to that channel and ring that bell so you're notified every time we go live. I'm just flabbergasted that we just hit 10,000. And I can't wait till we hit 20,000. So everybody who's watching right now, and data shows that only 1/3 of the people that are watching me on YouTube right now are actually subscribed to our channel. So I want you to hit that subscribe button and hit the notification button right now. That'd be really great. And I would love our team to actually post a link to the live that's happening right now on YouTube so that any of you who aren't subscribed can go ahead and click and watch this live on YouTube right now and subscribe to our channel there. Now, I want to talk to you guys and I need your opinion. Okay. For those of you guys who don't know, I'm going to share a photo. About 2 years, about a year and a half ago, I am the consummate cat lady. At some point, I had 4 cats.
I didn't know that you had 4.
And then I still had 2 cats. Jack is there, the white and black, and Beast. I call him Beastie Bits. It's over there on the left. And when my partner Jonathan had moved in, one of his asks was that at one point, there you are. Come on over. Let's pull him in as well.
Jonathan, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, Jonathan.
Hello, everybody. He said, if I'm going to move in, one of the things I want to know is that it is going to be possible, and the realm possibility that we're going to add a dog to our family. because I'm a dog guy, I'm a dog person. And I was like, I'm the cat lady. And it was a lot for me to be like, oh yeah, okay, yes, definitely. That's gonna happen. And go ahead.
It was very important to me. I've loved dogs, and they've been part of my life growing up for big portions, and I wanted to make sure it was a continuation.
Yeah. But for me, it was a big thing because I didn't know if I had enough room in my heart to add a dog. And I posted it to the Facebook group when the whole thing was going on. And this is a question I have with you guys in our approach to our capacity to love. Barbie's coming in, so I want Barbie's opinion on this. Okay.
Don't ask me.
You guys think that our capacity to love is like a finite amount? Or like, is it a scarcity thing or is it an abundant thing? And do you think, I mean, seriously, because I didn't know if I could add a dog to my heart. I didn't think I had the room. And one of the big posts that I did about a year and a half ago was literally when we adopted Noodle, from Noodle is his name, from my nephew. I thought that I resented it. I resented him.
You did.
You resented the dog.
Yes, not me.
No, I resented the dog the first couple weeks because I was working from home. He wasn't working from home. And so I was like, I'm just a glorified babysitter and dog sitter. Well, literally, I mean, and because, I mean, I just had resentment around it because I really came from scarcity. I want to ask you guys, if you had that scarcity mindset where you thought I couldn't possibly have room to add another child, another family member, another dog into my life. And so as a result, when you have a limiting belief like that, it just becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. So when Noodle came into my life, I just thought it's just another take. He's going to take from me. And then I fell in love.
Yeah, it's been anything but for you. I witnessed your transformation of your true love affair that you have with that dog. Look at it. Well, first of all, that face.
I mean, look at that guy. Like, how can
I
you
love him? I know.
Right? I
Oh,
mean, look at Noodle. And so over the last year and a half, I really fell in love. It's too bright. I really fell in love with Noodle. And I realized something really important, which was my heart got bigger. My capacity got bigger. Like my heart opened up so big with this dog coming into my life. I didn't know there was that much space. And I didn't realize I had a limiting belief around my capacity to love. So I have a question, and Anne, I'm going to ask you that. You have an aging dog.
I know. I can hardly talk about my dog without crying, as you know, because my guy is, he was my first child and he is old and ill. So I actually have conversations with my dog all the time and I tell him, I don't know how I could ever love another dog as much as I love you. I don't know how I could ever love another living being as much as I love you. Don't tell my husband and son that. But they're just, so it's something that I think we all think about, but then I think about you, Dr. Maggie, and I think about, remember when you went through your foot surgery?
Oh.
And I remember you got through that whole process because things didn't go 100% right for you.
Yep. What
got you really through that pain and that process, but your dog?
I mean, I have a harrowing story about that. I mean, I broke my foot about a year ago and for some reason, I know what the reason is now, but at the time I didn't know. When I woke up from the surgery, as soon as the anesthesia wore off, there was no pain control whatsoever. I literally woke up from the surgery and it felt like there was a dagger in the middle of my foot. I woke up screaming and it was really difficult to get the pain under control. And so, I mean, he took me home as quickly as possible and picked up, medication from the pharmacy, hoping that would work better. And I remember that night just like laying in bed and whimpering, because I mean, when you have like that level pain for hours on end, and I have a photo of him just curled up around my foot.
Mm-hmm.
He just curled up around me by my foot. And I was like, how does he know?
They know.
How does he know? Right.
I don't know. They have this extra sense where they're able to give us that love and affection and support when we need it. My dog, I deal with anxiety sometimes and even borderline panic attacks.
Yeah.
And my dog knows it and he will be right by my side. And I don't know that I could get through some of those moments. I mean, I know I can, but it's so much easier to get through those moments with the support of an animal.
So that's where I just realized just how much love it was not a take, it is a give. Like I have gained so much love, and my capacity for love has just infinitely increased as a result of Noodle. And but I like in the last couple months, I really was thinking about maybe it's time to add another dog to our family. And I would have never said that before, but we've been having conversations the last couple weeks because I've been stalking the rehoming Facebook group. Like I live in Washington. There's a rehoming Pacific Northwest Facebook group where there's a lot of adult dogs that need fostering or rehoming. And so I've been looking, and there is a dog that I'm looking at that needs to be rehomed to add to our family. I'm going to add. This is.
Oh my goodness.
She's 2 years old and she's a pug. And, and my question is, I'm calling pug owners out there. One of my best friends, Dave, owns a pug, and he's shared his adventures with Momo with me about this. And good choice, Jody said. But and we're going to go have a meet and greet this weekend. I'm bringing Noodle with us. We're going to have a meet and greet. And my question is that, and that's the question I have for you guys is it I feel a little bit guilty. Is it a take like for Noodle to add another dog to our family?
And I don't think it is. I mean, it really depends on how we handle it. Yes, there are ways in which you can not give him enough attention because you're all focused on the new dog. But I think we have the capacity to give them both the same amount of love and cherish them and just take care of them.
And clearly this dog has grown up with other dogs and knows how to interact with other dogs. And maybe it's a blessing for Noodle too to have a buddy.
Agreed. He has a friend, a sibling, somebody to play with. The cats, put up with him is the best way to put it.
It was so funny. The other day, Jack was licking Noodle, the cat's licking the dog, and Noodle's like, I don't know what to do with this situation.
He's very confused. He's not used to it.
But Barbie says dogs love to live in packs. I think humans do too. I mean, even if you're an introvert, I do think humans are actually pack animals, just like dogs are. So that was my question to the group. I would love to have your insight as to do you think it's a take to add another dog to our family, to your family? What has been your experience? Do you think that dogs have an infinite ability to expand the capacity to love and for being as part of a pack? I don't know why I was feeling, I was going back to that scarcity again. Maybe I'm doing something bad to Noodle to add another dog.
Just want you to know, Jonathan, you're getting the stamp of approval. Jonathan seems nice is what.
I appreciate that.
So it's a big decision. I am going to say, and do you guys want to know the name of this said dog is Miss Butterball. Her name is Butterball.
Well, that would be great because you already have a Noodle, and then you can have a Butterball.
You know what, buttered noodles?
Yeah. What better combination is butter and noodle?
Like buttered noodles, as long as they're gluten-free.
What better combination for a foodie? A doctor who's a foodie, right?
Yeah.
And the other question is interesting is that should we change a name that a dog has had for 2 years?
I say no. Unless you're going to keep it very similar because maybe that's her identity that she responds to, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah. Anybody have an opinion? Heidi just says, do it. Jody says, see, it's meant to be by name, like buttered noodles. Yeah. Barbie says, I'm an introvert, but I love my people and my pack. Yep. I think we're all pack. People are pack animals, and I think so are dogs, right? Tammy says, my little guy was so happy when we brought him home a puppy. Now when we have to go out, he's not alone.
Oh, that's a good point too. As far as the name goes, Barbie says you could and use 2 names, but Cindy says keep the name, and Barbara says keep the name. Oh, this is interesting. Tanya says my babies have formal names and then many nicknames. So
what, like Mr. Mistopheles? like Jarvis.
Okay. How many different things do you call Noodle?
Oh, okay. I call him Noodle, Noodleicious. I call him Pup Pup. What else do I call him?
I'm particularly fond of Nudes.
Nudes. I call him Nudes.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Currently
Does the answer to all of these? Yeah.
Nudes is currently down there.
Yeah. They're all never far away. Never far. We see you, Nudes.
He just came back from his physical at the vet, so he's extremely exhausted.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I just want to let you know, Maggie, the overwhelming consensus on should you get a dog is yes. You should add another dog to the pack.
Cindy, you should add another dog. I think Cindy has a doodle of some type too. Amanda says Lang Lang. I think that's Chinese for pretty.
Okay. And then I guess it's just the other answer to your question then too is there a finite capacity for love? And that seems to be no, there's not. You always have room in your heart and you never know what blessings may come from it. Sure, maybe there will be challenges as well, but sometimes it's those challenges in life also that help us grow and become better people.
My heart already knows. I know. That's why I've been scouring the group for 2 months. I want you guys to know I've been scouring that Facebook group for 2 months, the Rehoming Pacific Northwest group. And then I keep sending you pictures.
Yes, you do.
I keep sharing.
Waiting for the right one.
Yeah.
We'll know when we see him.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you better pounce on this, no pun intended, because Ms. Butterball, she seems like she's going to be a very popular pick.
We're going to have Miss Butterball for Thanksgiving.
Maybe not in that capacity. Maybe she will join you at the table as
So I wanted to share with you guys what's going on and we're talking about doubling down on connection and experiences. And that's why we're having the live virtual workshop next Thursday. So for those of you, I hope every single person has registered and everybody has shared it on social media, or at least invite 3 other people. I would love for you to do that. I can't wait to I see all these names here, and some of these names I've seen forever, but I haven't seen your face or connected with you one-on-one personally live. So this is the opportunity. I would love to meet more of you. I would love to connect. I really would. So this is an invitation. I would love for you guys to register, and I'll see you guys next Thursday on this, right?
Yes, next Thursday.
looking forward.
I'll be there behind the scenes.
He's behind the scenes. Yes.
Make sure everything goes well.
Is there a possibility that Butterball could be there too?
No.
Okay, we'll hop in next week.
Not yet.
Correct. If Butterball comes to fruition, it will be early December.
First week of December.
Yes.
Okay. Well, she would need to make her debut on one of these as well, just so you know.
We can probably make that happen. She's small. We can pick her up and hold her.
All right. That is a wrap, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed this live. This is a special invitation for next week. So there's a link. You're registering to be on the workshop with me next week. And then thank you for the votes of confidence. So I feel good. We're going to be going Saturday afternoon to go visit, have a play date and a visit with Butterball. We're going to bring Noodle with us.
There we are.
That is a wrap, everybody. Have a good day.
Good night.